It's too high.
All right, I see two board members in attendance. Call the meeting to order.
Could you turn it up?
Roll call.
Mr. George,
Here.
Ms. Barhu,
Here.
Mr. Connors,
Here.
Ms. Bowler,
Here.
Chairman Betts.
Here. Thank you all for coming today. This is the Board of Zoning Adjustments, Board of Adjustments meeting. Let's introduce our city staff. Ms. Melissa Phillips, Development Route Technician here. Ms. Mary Weisbecker is not always here. She's not here today. David Russell, our Assistant City Attorney. Ms. Becky Groom, our Secretary. Our IT department's behind the wall over there. And we always are present by the police officer. Thank you for coming. Next is a review of the minutes. Everybody have a chance to review the minutes? If so, is there a motion?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Been a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Okay. So on to the first case. We have case A, BOA 2024-008 on Henry Butts Drive. Can we please have the clerk read the case?
BOA 2024-008, variance from Article 4, Section 42C of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code. A request by Eric Morgan and Andre Richardson for a variance from Article 4, Section 42C of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code for a single-family residential structure to reduce the required minimum rear yard setback from 25 feet to 6 feet. This variance will allow a single-family structure to be constructed on this vacant non-conforming parcel with reduced rear yard setbacks. The property is located on Henry Butts Drive, parcel ID 533980040010.
Thank you. Is there an applicant here that would like to come up and speak on this issue, please? Come on up.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm Tanisha Swanson, Swanson Consulting Agent for the owners Eric Morgan, Andre Richardson. It's going to be for a family home within the confines of the ownership, and we do understand that the setback is smaller than what the normal 25-foot requirement is. The first order was to try to do a lot line adjustment from the adjacent lot that we also own, but that would make the other lot non-conforming, so we do have a plan to make the home more front-facing to alleviate the deficiency in the rear.
Okay. So that was one of my questions was, are there same owners own a parcel next to it on the south and the west side?
Correct. It would, the adjacent lot behind it, if we were to take from that lot, it would make that lot non-conforming, and it would be a little bit more challenging to build on that lot because it's in the middle of two parcels, whereas this parcel is more of a corner lot. So the way the plans would be for the home, it would be more of a front-facing, and because it's going to still be within the family, we have no issues with not having as much of a backyard on that parcel. And there was a home previously there before that was destroyed by a fire, and it was not rebuilt within the time frame.
Gotcha. My other question was then on Burdell Street, the property right on the corner.
Correct.
Is that still in the same name of the owner?
Correct.
Same
It's
ownership?
just in the under the one owner. It's not a 50-50 ownership.
Okay, so there are different owners.
Correct.
Okay, is there anybody else that wishes to speak on this matter for our case?
I have a question. Did you say when you, in your introduction,
introduction that you are rotating the house so it fits more on the property there?
Yes, we have talked to a planner. We didn't pay for the plan because we wanted to make sure the variance was going to be approved first.
Uh-huh.
But in speaking with them, they would either suggest either a two-story to alleviate and give us more square feet in the house to take from the setback from the rear, or just making it a 2-2 or 3-2 or 3-1.5 to reduce the square footage of the single-family home, to make it more front-facing, so the backyard, and it doesn't appear, there's no other structures with immediately facing the home, so it wouldn't take away from anyone else's lot, and it wouldn't deviate from anyone else other than our adjacent lot that we also own, so.
So the numbers that are in the application, you wanna, the amendment to change the setbacks, from 25 feet to 6 feet. Is that with the rotation of the house? Or is
That's
that-
without.
That's without. So what would it be with having changed the rotation of the house?
It would be, from what the surveyor said, the house would be more front-facing toward the front of the property, whereas most of the plans that we work with has it right smack in the middle of the lot size, because the setback is gonna be so much, it's gonna be a 19-foot deficiency. So either reduce the square foot of the house or make the house a two-story.
And rotating that, does that change, that's still within the setback of the front of the house? Because you said it would reduce the front of the house setback?
Yeah, we just slightly bring the house forward 5 feet, and we're okay with having a small backyard or no backyard, or just a privacy fence, or the two sides, because that's the only deficiency is in the rear. The other sides of the house would be fine as far as the feet.
Okay, and just to clarify, so this application was completed before you talked with them? So
Correct.
it's not gonna be as much of a setback, still not in the code, but it would be much less. Now, how much, can you estimate how much less? You have 6 feet in your application, what do you think it would be if you rotate?
It would be probably anywhere between 10 to 16 once we
Okay.
redo the plans, but again, that's like 2,000 to 2,500 that we weren't willing to just invest if it wasn't going to be anything that we were able to approve. So they're willing to work with us and give us several different plans to make sure that it's still conducive and livable, and not be, to where there's no yard at all.
Okay.
Chairman, I have a question. We're looking at an aerial map,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And as I think I heard you say, you're also in ownership to the properties of the south of it, the one in the corner,
Verdell.
Verdell,
Mm-hmm.
and the one behind it?
I believe it's just the Verdell side, because that's what the route we were originally going on was, I don't have the map in front of me. We were originally gonna try to take away from the other adjacent lot and
Right.
take, and for that deficiency, but that would make that lot non-compliant, and then we'd be still here having this same conversation, just on a different parcel.
But you don't own the lot, according to the compass, would be southwest of you. Southwest is a double lot, basically.
Correct,
Your lot is cut in half, right?
correct.
Okay. So if indeed we approve the variance, the only impact of, not the only, the impact of that variance would be on the lot behind you, not the lot on Verity.
It would be on that parcel that we own.
Right. but
Yes.
The impact as
Yes.
far as bringing the house back more.
Correct,
If that's what you ended up without a two-story house or whatever
correct,
you and your architects, so that would have an impact on that lot behind you, if you will.
correct.
Okay.
Which is also owned by the the 100% owner of the 50/50 owner on this
Okay,
parcel.
that's what I was trying to
Yes.
get an understanding.
Yes.
Okay,
So either way, we're not going to have issues with ourselves.
right. Well, hope not.
Prayerfully. I don't know.
Well, back in the day, this lot was split from the original platted lot, back in the 70s. It appears from our information we've received in our packet. And so that's why I asked the question on this part that was split out, not this subject parcel, but the parcel right on the corner. That isn't a separate ownership.
Correct.
Okay, it's just, okay. Because if, you know, if it was same ownership, we'd say, well, put the lots back together and build a house,
Right.
right?
That would be easy.
So, we have a site plan in our packet of a house that's 24 feet by 54 feet, showing the 6-foot rear yard setback. Are you saying you might have a change to that?
No, we were gonna try to keep it within the previous home that was their size. But just because so much has changed since that house, and we just would have to just deal with reducing the square feet, and because it's gonna stay within the family, there's no disputes with a smaller square foot house.
So we're acting on this site plan that you gave us in the packet.
Correct.
Yeah, but I misunderstood then, because I thought you said by rotating it, you wouldn't need, would be much more than the 6 foot.
If that was one of the plans that they went with, they're gonna give us several different options, and it'll be the option that best suits comfortability of living with a smaller backyard. If it has to go up some feet, then we'll have to do that, but again, we didn't move forward with any plans because this was a first step.
So what they're asking us to do is approve this variance. And they may come in with a plan that is less of a variance later. Is that what I'm hearing? You may come in with a house plan with less of a setback variance,
Correct.
but you don't know that.
We haven't acted on an actual plan. If we can move forward with the plan that we have, that would be ideal because it's already been mapped out, it's already been surveyed for that. That's the ideal plan.
Okay. So if we don't like this, then you're gonna maybe come back with something else.
Hopefully you like it.
Okay. And you will build to this plan then?
Correct.
Okay. I got you now.
But just rotating would fix.
No, it wouldn't fix anything because of the way it
It
is.
has to go up.
Yeah, I feel like rotating it, wouldn't rotating it, then you'd be back here for a front setback.
What you're doing is making it be frontage on
20 feet is
everybody.
That's why I said we'd change something.
Okay. Just want to make it clear to everybody, we're acting on this plan that we have in front of us. Okay, we did get a, where's that? There it is. We did have we didn't have a conversation. Missy had a conversation with a gentleman that, Mr. Mack. And they can't be here. First they didn't like it, then they were okay, and then they didn't like it again. So just want to know that this record of this conversation is before us and in the record. Anybody else have any questions of the applicant? And, or is there anybody else in the audience wish to speak on the matter? Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
as I'm reading, this is, right, the email or I guess, the conversation you had, this is kind of like the minutes of that conversation? Is that how we're supposed to?
Correct.
And as I'm reading it originally, he wasn't in favor of it, and then he understood that his lot was not even close, well, I shouldn't say not close, but wasn't being impacted upon this, and he was okay at that time period, right?
Correct. And then we continued the conversation, and he told me several things, you know, that he just, about the neighborhood, and they were trying to make sure that the neighborhood, you know, stayed cleaned up, and
Right.
there was no bad activities or anything like that. And
Is, perhaps you may or may not know this, is he a homeowner
He
in
is.
that neighborhood?
he is,
And he resides there?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
May I speak on that?
Sure.
I mean, I would feel like there would be more of an issue having a vacant, empty lot than having a family. I mean, no one would want to bring any issues to their home. So I would feel like having more homes on those lots and parcels would really alleviate the homelessness, the vagrancy, loitering, or anything like that. That's just my opinion. So I mean, if it's not, that's
Sure.
just my little 2 cents.
Yeah. I at best took his comments as like ambiguous because it seemed like he didn't necessarily even know all the facts, you know, and he was unable to come today, so we're not able to ask him any questions. So thank you for summarizing it so accurately, but, you know, to me, it's neither here nor there, you know. As for your case, I don't think it hurts it, in my opinion, because the letter's very ambiguous.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions of the applicant?
I do not. They were all answered. I just wanted to say, you know, the lot was split, and maybe it should have never been split, but to me, this seems like the best possible resolution, being that the lot is split, and,
Right.
you know, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, if there were same ownership, she said it's not same ownership. If it was same ownership, I'd make them put it together and make it kind of a more conforming situation. But seeing that it's half same ownership, not all the same ownership.
We're just trying to make the best of the parcels that are there and try to get houses there for home ownership. That's what I represent, home ownership.
Right. And that's always the best thing to help a neighborhood is to make sure there are homes upon these vacant lots as best as they can be made. Okay,
Just one other question, I'm ready to make a motion.
go ahead.
Make a motion that we accept case A in BOA 2024-008 as submitted.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion for approval and a second. And could we please have the roll call?
Ms. Barhu?
Yes.
Mr. Connors?
Yes,
Ms. Bowler?
Yes.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Chairman Betts?
Yes. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You all have a blessed day.
Thank you. Good luck with your build.
May see you on the other lot. Okay, next is case B. BOA 2024-009. Please read the case.
Variance from Article 4, Section 45C of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code. A request by Lily Jo Hammock for a variance from Article 4, Section 45C of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code for a single-family residential structure to reduce the street side setback from 25 feet to 6.5 feet, to reduce the interior side setback from 7.5 feet to 6.5 feet, to reduce the rear setback from 25 feet to 10 feet, to increase the lot coverage maximum from 35% to 40%, and to increase the floor area of an accessory structure from 50% to 67% of the primary structure floor area. This variance will allow an 1,184 square foot single-family home and a 792 square foot detached garage to be constructed on this vacant, non-conforming parcel with modified design standards. The property is located at 201 Hepburn, parcel ID 5339-6400-0250.
Thank you. Is there a representative of the applicant here to come speak on it?
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know how to do this talk thing.
Tell us what you would like.
I'm just trying to put a home on there.
Oh,
for
what's your
my-
name and address first? I'm sorry.
I'm Lily Little. I'm representing my mom, Lily Hammock. 201 Hepburn Street.
Okay, go ahead.
I was wanting to put a garage and a house for my mom to be able to come up from Georgia. I thought she was going to be on the Zoom thing, but I don't think she is.
That's fine. You can go ahead and represent her.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't really know what to say except for it's a vacant lot and it's very small. When I first bought it, it was supposed to be T2 and it was supposed to be multifamily and commercial. Well, now that we know that the size is so small, it's a 50 by 100. And I didn't know how the setbacks work or anything like that, but it being a corner lot, there's 2 setbacks. So if you take 25 from here and 25 from here, 7.5 from here and 7.5 from here, you end up with a 17 foot. That's really not very big at all. So I was like, okay, well, I went to get this property. I told my mom all about it. I was like, oh, this is great property. It's a great neighborhood, it's close to, you know, the courthouses and everything, and it's a good neighborhood. Well, she's like, okay, yeah, I'll have a place to come. I can come see you. Is it pretty, you know, and all that. And then I found out that there was a lot of setbacks, and I was like, oh, is it still gonna be able to be used? And she's like, I need to park she's got a little RV there, and she wanted to park the RV and put it in the garage and everything. I was like, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Then I started going to speak with Missy, and she was telling me that you gotta do this, you gotta do this, and this, and this. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm here.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, it appears that somebody has joined us via Zoom. I don't know if that's.
Oh, okay.
That's mine.
Hello? Are you?
Hello,
Can you hear us?
She don't know how, I'm sorry.
I can.
Well, good. I think it's your turn to speak if you'd like to talk about your issue. What's your name and address first for the record?
Lily Hammock, 256 West Bucktail, Dalton, Georgia.
Okay. So I hear you want to build a house and move down here.
Yes,
And your daughter's here helping you do that.
she is, and I have gave her authority to do whatever she needs to do.
Okay. And you would like to do that as soon as you can, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like to tell us?
No, sir. Just I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Thank you. Hang in there while we talk.
I will. Thank you
I
very
might have a
much.
question for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that all you have?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else wish to speak for or against this issue? No, it's okay. Does any commission have any questions of the applicant? Or any questions of Missy?
I have a question. So the lots to the west of you and to the south of you, are you in ownership of those lots as well?
Just the one lot.
Just the one lot. So, and the address that you gave to us where you live is what again?
The address of the property is 201.
Okay, but you're not next door or?
No,
okay,
sir.
Very good.
I live on Oleander.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? I have an observation. Went to the site today and looked around and noticed that properties on the street on Palmetto, the side of this property, are like next door is pretty much at the same setback as she's proposing for this home. On the other side, they're set back further just because they're larger lots on the other side.
Where, the front of the house would face Halpern then? Hepburn?
Hepburn, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And the garage would face Palmetto. and have
Palmetto.
access to Detached garage.
On page 3 of the application, there's that orange color line, that's the lot line, not the residence line. So the residence, looks like it's gonna be about 21 feet from the street. Because at first when you look at it, I was concerned on the lot line out there on the corner of Hepburn and
Right.
South Palmetto. But the house is actually set back, doesn't meet the requirements, but it's not as close as that. That's just a lot line that only one.
Right.
So,
Yeah, the asphalt roadway is further, it's about
right.
almost 16 feet away.
16 plus the 6.
From the right of way,
Plus
yeah.
the proposed 6.5 foot,
Yeah.
request on it. And plus 25, plus almost 30 feet.
Yeah,
Hepburn Street. to the front of the
exactly.
house.
Right.
With that right away, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the setbacks actually aren't bad, so.
Yeah, it's a larger right of way than normal right there on that corner.
Okay.
So is single-family use, that's in the T2, like that's one of the
It's
uses in
permitted
the,
use,
yeah.
Correct.
I mean, I don't see this being, this is in my neighborhood, like, I don't see this being anything other than single-family. You know, I mean, I don't see a business ever going there.
No.
So I think it's nice that you want to develop something there.
Just out of curiosity for the city, or a question for you, I think, is, what is the tourist office restaurant? Is that what it's zoned for normally, but it's allowed to have single-family residents?
So Tourist Office Restaurant is the zoning district. It allows residential, certain commercial. This property wouldn't meet the minimum requirements for anything other than a single family to be built without a variance approval.
And with there only being 17 feet of space taken with setbacks, I think some variance might be appropriate.
Like, because if you wanted to put an office there or something, you'd have to have parking spots and a lot more
Correct.
other things that would be required, yeah.
Yeah, and commercial, any use other than single family is required to meet the minimum lot dimensions.
Okay.
And this parcel is 50, the minimum is width is
Oh, I
60.
see. Okay, oh, yeah, okay, I saw
So
that in there. yeah.
any other use other than
Okay.
single family would require some type of variance approval anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? And Chair would accept the motion.
Motion that we approve case B.
Second?
Been a motion to approve case B in a second. Could we please have a roll call?
Mr. George?
Yes.
Ms. Barhu?
Yes.
Mr. Connors?
Yes.
Ms. Bowler?
Yes.
Chairman Betts?
Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck getting your
Thanks
plans
for
done.
coming.
Thank you.
Bye, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too. Bye.
That's cute.
Meeting you
Bye,
all.
thank you.
Welcome to Florida.
Bye.
When she started saying the street name that she had up there, I thought maybe we had to do a beat.
Oh.
Street name was interesting. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
let's move on to case C. BOA 2024-01. Can we please have clerk read the case, please?
Variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code. A request by Mary Williams for a variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code for a single-family residential structure to reduce the rear setback from 25 feet to 15 feet for a detached garage. This variance will allow a 20 by 30, 600 square foot detached garage to be constructed on this single-family residential parcel with a reduced rear setback. This parcel has an existing newly renovated 2,540 square foot home. The property is located at 268 Euclid Avenue, parcel ID 422511130100.
Thank you very much. Will you please have the applicant come forward and tell us what you'd like to do here?
Hi, my name's Ron Williams. I'm representing my wife, Mary Williams, 268 Euclid Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida. I grew up here, and we're trying to have this as our ending home. Right now, we reside in Nashville, Tennessee. We'd like to add a garage to this property. We've renovated a 1948 house, added some square footage to it, and have a garage to secure our belongings when we are not here. Plus, we have a one-grown daughter that has special needs and has to have a special vehicle to make her mobility possible. So we need to be able to secure that also when we're not here. The garage would set at the rear of the house, and we asked for 10 foot. We think we're going to only need 6 if it comes in the way that we had hoped for. So it would be a 19-foot setback. This lot is a double lot. We were fortunate in that way to get that.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Does anybody else in the audience wish to speak on this application? Hearing none, let's have commission, any questions or comments?
Sir, as you look at the front of your house and the, where you want to put the garage, to the right of that, is that, it looks like it's like a, is that drainage or something, like a creek back there or something? Or is that-
No, sir, it's rolling property, so.
Rolling properties, okay. Looking at the vegetation I saw growing back there, it looks like it gets a lot of water, and I didn't know, I'm assuming you have to build up the lot more, the surface?
Correct.
Is that gonna anticipate that causing any drainage issues for the neighbor there?
No, in fact, we've gotten to know both of our neighbors very well and helped both of them because they're older women that we've helped along the way. And we would actually have a stem wall placed in with proper drainage so that we didn't flood Alexis, which is one to the west of us, the right as you speak. And that's all been taken into consideration, as long as with swells and everything for the yard, because it is rolling. I roll lower than my neighbor, and then it rolls again. Mhm.
Any other commission questions? Or, I just was out at the site, noticed the same thing, and I did have a discussion with the applicant for a few minutes about the case, so just to let everybody know that. Like you said, the rolling nature will provide the drainage fine. I think he's got a good plan here for the wall. In fact, you can see some retaining wall in front of the garage. And they've done a beautiful job on the house, and the garage design is really nice in relationship to the house. So, very unique.
I just wanted to say kudos on the renovation because it's almost unrecognizable. Like, I was like, oh, someone made a mistake with the picture, but then I went out there and great job. And it did seem like I like to take the setbacks and weigh them with like what the neighborhood already looks like. And it seems like the format of the whole neighborhood, really has these type of structures, whether they already have a garage or not. So, some houses have garages and they still have a structure similar to this in the backyard. And I think having a garage is more important than encroaching into the setback. So.
Yes, ma'am. We've been asked a couple of times, why didn't you just tear down and rebuild? But there's characteristics
Yeah.
in the house from 1948 that
It's
my
great.
wife just loves.
Good bones, I like to say.
Yes, sir. So,
I move that we approve case BOA 2024-010.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Got a motion and a second? Let's have a roll call, sorry.
Ms. Barhu?
Yes.
Mr. Connors?
Yes.
Ms. Bowler?
Yes.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Chairman Betts.
Yes, approved, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Okay, let's move on to case D, BOA 2024-011.
Variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code. A request by Tim Bickle of Quad County Properties on behalf of Mark and Lynette Marlowe for a variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code for a single-family residential structure to reduce the interior side setback from 10 feet to 7 feet and to reduce the rear setback from 25 feet to 10 feet. This variance will allow a 516-square-foot attached garage and a 190-square-foot rear-covered patio to be added onto the existing 1,732-square-foot single-family home with a reduced interior side and rear setback. The property is located at 2600 Berkeley Terrace, parcel ID 5322-13000830.
Okay, I don't have to ask you to come up, so please state your name and address for the record.
Tim Bickle, 926 Valencia Road. I'm in here on behalf of Mark and Lynn Marlowe. This is John Santine, he's my production manager, and he's been dealing with this project, so I'm gonna let him talk about this to you guys.
Okay.
So I'm John Santine. Nice to see you guys today. So here's our hardship we're dealing with. We're dealing with a unique physical limitation on this property. The positioning of the home is it's a corner lot. It's on an angle of two streets adjacent to one another. So we have also, it's elevated in slope. So we have a high slope, so to speak, on that property as well. So the reason why we really need to only put this building in that location is because we would be encroaching other slopes. So we would make things go downhill and then interfere with the wetlands or the land drainage. So this is the best position that was designed by an engineer to put this addition. We also we won't be impairing adequate supply or light or air to any of the neighbors by doing so. The addition will not diminish the property value of the neighborhood, and also that our immediate neighbors are in agreement with us doing this addition in that specific location. And any water runoff drains will not be interfering with any of the neighboring properties, nor the city sewer line systems.
Is that all you have?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else like to speak on the matter today? For or against? Seeing none, does the commission have any,
Mr. Chairman, I have a question that, just for clarity. In looking at our materials, when I look at these materials, sir, and there's also a drawing here. Well, anyway, the setbacks, the one setback that I think you're asking for is more to the side of the home than it is to the back of the home.
Correct.
Okay, because the back of the home already has, well, the setbacks must have changed or altered, correct?
Right.
So the garage is the only expansion of the home?
Yes.
No.
Well, there's a pad.
Patio.
There's a patio in the front?
Yeah, we're asking for a 3-foot extension on it, so it's a 10-foot on the, if you're standing looking at Berkeley, on the left-hand side, there's a 10-foot setback.
Right.
Right now, where the patio sits, there's a 7-foot setback. There's an existing patio sitting there now.
Right here.
Yep,
Got
so
it.
I'm asking for a 3-foot variance on that side to put a covered patio roof over that. That's in
Okay.
the engineered drawings that's been submitted to the building department. And then I'm asking for, on the rear side, which would be where the garage is, that will be a 10-foot setback. So I'm asking for a 14 on there. On the street, two street sides, there's nothing,
Right.
there's nothing
I
changing.
guess I'm just trying to get
Trust me, it's
my
confusing.
orientation direct here, because, okay, I see where the 10-foot setback is, and I understand that the existing pad right now, that if we look down on the aerial view, is there. You're adding a roof to it, I assume, an
Yes,
enclosure.
we want to do a portico.
You're not expanding that,
No,
okay?
no. The only thing we're adding to that would be two 16 by 16 vertical columns and a truss system directly over top of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, corner lots are always, like this, are always
Yeah,
weird to work with when you got side or rear defining which is which.
Right.
Yeah, we went through a lot with the engineer on that because we had to find
Right.
just the perfect spot.
Yeah, when I went out, I saw that the extension of this garage is not gonna go beyond the house next door towards Beachcomber Street. So
Right.
It's about the same.
And the surrounding homes aren't close to that property line, back where the garage is gonna be, or have any living quarters that
No.
would look out.
Right.
Also,
They're quite a ways, so we weren't interfering, I figured, with air or light space.
They'll make the driveway steeper, but they'll have to live with that. That's all. Okay. Other questions or comments from the board members?
Just one comment, just for the record also, when I went by there today, I did meet the homeowner there, and we spoke for about 30 seconds about it too, so just put that on the record.
Yeah. Okay.
With no other questions or comments, I'll make a motion to approve case D, BOA 2024-01.
Well, there's a motion for approval and a second. Could we please have a roll call?
Mr. Connors?
Yes.
Ms. Bowler?
Yes.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Ms. Barhu?
Yes.
Chairman Betts?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck
Thank
with the
you.
project.
Good luck.
Good to see you. Okay, let's have me review the cases.
Case A was approved 5-0. Case B was approved 5-0. Case C was approved 5-0. And case D was approved 5-0.
Thank you very much. Do we have any new business to discuss?
No,
Think we're doing well with our meeting times?
I just had a comment. It's not new business, but is this, maybe I'll wait then for the comment.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So at the end of last year, I didn't renew my board membership because I knew I would be having, some work stuff, some extra work stuff coming up this year. And so, but I did stay on to kind of help out with the quorum and to help with the transition to you as chair. It seems like everything is in good hands. And my, the next couple months for me are when these things are going to start happening. So, I'm willing to stay on, but we're already in the 6 months. So is there a replacement? Do you guys still need me? I feel like we're good with the quorum. I don't want to say it's my last meeting, but it would make things a lot easier.
I don't think we should let you off.
I do.
I second that. I think you need to stay until the end of the year. Then we might let you go. Before you resign.
In order, no. What would happen when she steps down we end up with 4? So would a quorum drop to 3?
No.
That was the problem.
We have to have 4 in order to have a
We would
quorum.
have to have
so
4.
If she is no longer participating and one of you guys can't attend, then we have to cancel the meeting and either do a special meeting at a different date or just postpone it until the next month's meeting.
Are we allowed to Zoom in?
Not that I'm aware of.
So you could, but the problem is in order to allow a board member to appear via Zoom, we have to have a physical quorum present. And so we'd have to have 4 people physically present and to allow for the 5th or more person to appear via Zoom. So.
And so I'm only bringing it up because I could maybe do like another quarter, but like the travel, like the things are coming up. So there's like a couple times I might not even be able to attend anyways, I saw. And so, you know, I just have reached that point where I can't plan around the meetings anymore. But I want you to make the quorum. So I'm happy to continue to help, but I was really hoping I'd be replaced by now. I mean, I love this board. I want to be here forever, but it's just come to a point where it's just extremely difficult for me to like do both, you know, because in order to help you with the quorum, I have to plan around it, and I just can't continue to do that at this time. So, you know, I want to warn you because, you know, I don't know what else to do. Final warning.
I think final warning is a good way to put it, and,
I think there's more information. You announced it back last year.
conversation should be held with
And we
the
asked-
commission member who's got to replace you
Right.
to get somebody else.
And I know we sent a letter. I tried to follow up with her by email. And then I just don't know if there is anybody. I've asked around. I've tried to find my replacement. I know we have some at-large ones too, so it really doesn't matter where the replacement comes from.
We have like 3 open positions on this board, one for your zone, one for Trey's zone. And then we also have the at-large.
Yeah. Because I thought somebody new was coming on. Did that not work out?
didn't.
Okay.
Whichever zone commissioner
Okay.
didn't bring
Okay.
it forward.
Okay.
And I know all the boards are struggling.
Trey's gone, yeah, because he moved, remember?
Yeah.
He
And
sold
then-
his house.
So he told us.
Yeah. So he claims, you know.
I didn't know he was serious about moving.
Yeah.
He didn't tell us. He was like here 1 month, and then the next month he's like, I'm never coming back.
Yeah, he just emailed me and he's like, so my house sold.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer a
I
resident.
didn't know it was
of
for
Daytona."
sale.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Just, I thought he was just, out and
Yeah,
about for a
yeah.
little bit. Okay, so he's no longer on the board.
No, ma'am. He resigned December 19th, I think.
Okay.
Because he's no longer, you have to be a resident of the
Right,
city
right,
in order
right,
to serve.
So for clarity, Missy, I didn't follow that. I thought that John George's position is not at large, it's a mayor's position. Is that how that's set?
Forgive me because one is the alternate, one is the at-large. I had done the research to see when he was nominated and how he was nominated. I don't have that
I
in
guess
front of
what
me
I'm
right
asking
now.
you is I haven't, and I'm sure John could and others could, I haven't tried to recruit anybody because I wasn't in their zone. So if there's a position that is open that doesn't have to be in a specific congressional is not the right word, the commissioner's zone, then I understand that, and we all can start trying to talk to other people to see if they might be interested. I just wanted to I don't want to walk into that and then somebody say, no, they've got to be from Zone B, Zone A, Zone whatever.
So zone 1 and 3 is,
Yeah.
sorry, I don't have my book.
I'm
My
right
zone
here.
changed to
Your
2.
zone changed to 2, so 1 and 3 have to be in that zone, and then the alternate or the at-large, whichever is available, that can be any zone,
So either 1 or 3 or
or open.
Okay.
And I think we have at least one open, so if any of us finds anybody.
Right. I like the way you say us. I'm so proud of you.
I know it's common with all of the city boards
Yeah,
struggling to
Yeah.
have
I know,
members.
other than planning, but, so, I understand, and it's not my authority to say anything, but I understand. If that's the case, and all 4 of us have to be here at any meeting before we get someone else, I would suggest that we, for the betterment of the candidates, the people who are presenting, other than sickness, or a family emergency or something, I think if we could tell you in the beginning of the month, we're gonna be able to be there, then, and that allows you and the chair to say there's a quorum, let's go forward, then we wouldn't be, I'm always worried about the people that are standing out there that are
Right.
applying for this.
Right.
And if we keep putting them off, as Trey used to say, it's money. So would that not help?
Oh, absolutely. If I can tell people when they're coming in for a variance, listen, this month's meeting is not going to take place, so we can't get you on the agenda until whenever. That's going to be a lot better than calling them the day before and saying, hey, sorry, we can't move
Right.
forward.
We need to do that, so.
And-
I would,
And I think the emails that you're sending out gives, hopefully a heads up for all of us if we're gonna attend or not.
Right.
I mean, I would even hate for that to happen, and so that's what kind of why I'm sticking around, because I don't want you to have to skip a month because you don't have enough board members, because that's still, even though they don't show up here, that's still burdensome for the people. Like, the city should be providing the service, right? Like, if
Right.
it's supposed to be once a month, it has to be accessible once a month.
If Ms. Noel would be open to this, is there any problem with her kind of in a standby role where we go with just the four of us, and if one of us can't show up with a few weeks' notice, can we reach out to her as a board member to attend the meeting to make a quorum?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you haven't officially resigned from the board, so.
She hasn't
I mean, but I think we
officially.
the board could agree to continue with the understanding that she's not gonna be able to make the regular meetings. She will try if needed, right?
But the problem is, like, if you guys need me, then I might already have made those plans. Like, I do everything I can to plan around it, but like, just the time has kind of, I mean, I've been on this board for a while, so, yeah.
Versus canceling a meeting, if, like, I just looked through September, I should be here through September so far.
Me too.
And so if one of us can't show up in this beginning of the month, if we reach out to Ms. Bowler and you were available in 3 weeks, that would give us the quorum. But we wouldn't even reach out to you
Okay.
until one of those meetings,
Okay.
upcoming meeting where we didn't have a
Okay.
quorum.
And I guess I would also add, Missy, that we talked about the modification of the meeting. So if the first week of July, I mean, actually it's July, whatever.
July 18th.
The first week of July, you reached out to us all with an email. Can we make it, can we not make it? And let's say Congress can't make it, for whatever reason. At that moment in time, within the second or 2 days after that, could we say, okay, we're gonna move it, a standing move would be to the fourth Thursday, right? Rather than the third Thursday. Can everybody make the fourth Thursday? And that's just a way to get by and see if we can't try to put enough of us together to have, because I too, I mean, like Amazon, I think of Amazon who's here for signage. I mean, we want major companies to move in here. We don't want them to be looking like we're a
Right,
clown
exactly.
circus, quite frankly. So I want to do everything I can. I know everybody here does. I'm just looking for alternatives, that's all.
I think that's great, and, we would have to check, if we were moving a meeting to a different date, I just have to check the meeting, the chamber schedule. As long as it's available, I don't see any issues with that, as long as IT can be here, Mr. Russell can be here.
And
I'm just
it
looking
doesn't
at
necessarily have to
standing.
be Thursday, I don't
Be any
believe.
day.
Doesn't have to be, again, it's dependent on everybody's
Right,
schedule.
Correct.
But I also, that's what I'm looking at, and I don't know logistically the best way to do this, but I don't want Missy reaching, okay, can you make Wednesday, or can you make Tuesday?
Right.
If we had a standing second
Oh.
date, then at least we all know that's a standing second date, we go immediately to it. Now, if you can't make it, that's just the way it is, but rather than running around trying to figure out what day we're gonna do it, but that's a
Why don't-
logistic issue.
Let me look into the meeting schedule, because they're posted at the beginning of the year. So let me look and see what's available. Say if we couldn't do the third Thursday, maybe we can do the fourth Thursday or fourth whatever, something that can accommodate in between those two schedule dates if we have to, cancel.
Yep.
And I mean, I can hang in there another couple months because, like, at the same time, like, if I'm out of town for a week or something, and then the next week is the meeting, like it kind of involves me giving like, and as all of you, I'm sure, like another day anyways, right? Like to leave work in the middle of the day and stuff. So like it doesn't really solve the problem for me, even if I then am here the next week. So I think the easiest thing would be to find somebody else, right? Like, so, but I'm willing to hang in there. Like if you want me to say, I'm going to hang in there another 3 months and be here when I can, I can do that. But
I would say also, please, everybody kind of
Hang on.
talk to your commissioners,
And at
let
least-
them know. you know.
yeah, at least one of those like next 3 months, I'm just out of town, and so that's that, you know. But yeah, I don't want to leave you guys like I just like when I'm here, I really like it, but I just work is work, and so we gotta, you know, sometimes move on to the.
Would your office be willing to pay for a news article, a news advertisement, you know?
I can ask.
Asking, hey, we have openings for, you know, this board on, you know, in these zones, and anybody interested to either reach out to you or give up the home and cell phone number for the
Is that-
commissioner.
Do you see any legal issue there?
With an advertisement to requests,
Anybody's.
not off the top of my head, but I'll look into that and confirm before we make
Mayor
any
put it in,
advertisement.
the city manager put it in.
Well, I think, I know she has put it in there. I don't know if she does it every month consistently, but I can reach out to Mr. Bone again and ask her to rerun it. I know they put it periodically on Facebook, on the city page on Facebook, and I'll talk to my supervisor and see if we can, you know, put an
Okay,
article. in the
thanks. I'm
newspaper.
sorry to keep bringing
No,
it up.
it's okay.
I want to stay with you guys forever. It's just not possible.
So we have zone 1, 3, and at large, is that correct?
It's either the at-large or the alternate.
All, it doesn't matter, but that at large or alternate can be anywhere.
Right.
So Missy, if we find someone, just, have them call you, or how will that work?
Yeah, you know what, Miss Goodman handled all of that, and she's
Yeah,
just
I was
recently
thinking
retired, so
Right.
I've got to find out who's in charge of that
Does she
now,
live in
but yeah.
Daytona?
No, she-
Just gonna camp out in front of people's houses.
I don't know. I don't know. Might be worth an ask.
That would be great. Be persuasive. Don't take no for an answer.
I know it's not acceptable, I know it first. It's not in my vocabulary.
We'll continue to work on that.
Yeah, so if you guys get anybody in the
Okay.
meantime, have them
Okay.
contact me, I'll get them the application and
Okay.
let, you know. we'll
And
get
I'll
where it
stick
needs to
around
go.
till, you know, yeah.
I think that it's a good idea, like Patrick said, to just check in,
Okay.
you know, and hey, I can be, I can't be.
Okay.
Maybe not, you know, and
To
then.
do it earlier, I think, it would, most of us, unless it's a hardship, understand, oh yeah, I'm out of here the third week of August or
Right.
whatever. So at least you would perhaps have the opportunity to.
Yeah, and I think the applicants are much more understanding, like I said, if they know when they come into my office, it's not going in until next month,
Okay.
so. But by the way, we already have 3 or 4 on the docket for,
Yeah.
for
everything is here.
July.
Okay. Good to know.
We already have 2 here that'll be here through September, so
Okay, awesome.
planning my trips around it.
And before we adjourn, I want to thank the city very much for a fantastic appreciation.
Yes, that was.
I did send an email to the city manager and the mayor directly and let them know that all of you
Yes.
guys were very thankful for
We
the
appreciate it. It was very
reception.
nicely done. It was nice that, you know, the mayor and everybody else that was important to the city showed up to thank us for our.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And I enjoyed meeting other members of other boards too there.
Right.
Had some nice discussions with them.
Yeah, good.
And I love my city pin. I've been trying to wear it. I should have worn it today. Speaking of, but yeah, that's nice to have, like,
I'm glad
you
you
know,
got it.
something to be proud of, to be in your, you know, we all live here, so. Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else? Second.
Thank you.